Before I get into this Monday Night Raw review for September 10th, 2018, and I give my thoughts on what was another terrible go-home show for a pay-per-view brought to you by Monday Night Raw, I'm going to give my thoughts on the big breaking news that happened early in the day while I was at work regarding Renee Young. As you all know now, Renee Young is now the newest member of the Raw commentating team. She'll be joining Michael Cole and Corey Graves going forward. In the process, putting Jonathan Coachman, the coach that is, on the pre-show panel. Now, when this news came out, I was at work, so I was able to see everyone's tweets and Facebook posts, what have you, on social media. The internet wrestling community went berserk. Oh, good for you, Renee. Awesome for you, Renee. You deserve it, Renee Young. About damn time, Renee Young. People just going crazy about it, what have you. You kind of get the idea. And I'm looking at all this go down, and I'm saying to myself, can you mother flower just stop? Seriously, just stop. It's so ridiculous. And I say that because, let's keep it 100 here. Isn't it ironic that Renee Young is being now placed as the newest member of the announce team? By the way, in a couple of weeks from now, this is all women's pay-per-view that, by the way, ticket sales are struggling to sell out, called Evolution. Oh, but people forgot about that, right? People forgot about that, huh? Again, listen, I'm not trying to come off like I hate on Renee Young, because I don't. I think, yes, you know what? Good for her, all the fuck you want. But let's keep it 100 here. If WWE were not even considering to do a all-women's pay-per-view, then you can bet your ass that Renee Young would not even be sitting on the announce team for Monday Night Raw. She would be still doing she would still be doing interviews backstage, what have you, appearing on the pre-show panel. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the 3-man booth. It's cringe, it's tough to sit through. If it was up to me, I prefer 2 people. You can do Renee Young and Corey Graves all the fuck you want. I'm fine with that. Hell, you can do Michael Cole and Renee Young. I'm fine with that too. But I'm just not a fan of the 3-person booth. Especially on SmackDown Live, even NXT, even pay-per-views. Even at WrestleMania, at times they'll do like a 4-person booth or a 5-person booth. I remember there was a pay-per-view, I think it was Bragging Race or Survivor Series a couple years ago, and it had like a 6-person booth, and it was so cringe. So freaking cringe. But that being said, at the same time, again, all of you motherflowers, all you bobos out there that are going crazy about this, good for you, Renee, good for you, this and that. I guarantee you, in a couple of weeks, just like with Booker T, just like with Jonathan Coachman, you're all going to be bored of Renee Young. Oh, Renee Young is cringe. Renee Young sucks. Renee Young is boring. I'm sorry. I just don't see Renee Young moving the needle. I just don't. And again, it has nothing to do with being, oh my God, you're anti, this and that. No, it had nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with it. Again, I'm happy for her. Don't get me the fuck wrong. But I can see what's happening here. Unlike a lot of you. But that being said, again, honestly, if it was up to me, it'd be a 2-person booth, not a 3-person booth. You can keep Renee Young all you want, but I guarantee you in a couple of weeks, you're all going to get bored of her. And again, I would not be surprised if I'm not wrong on this. Part of me says that I'm going to be right. And you can come back to this video and come back to this part of the video and say, yep, Steve, you were right. Mother Flower, you were right. And I know I was right. I fucking knew it. I'm not surprised, Mother Flower. I'm not surprised. And no, I did not cut my hair. I'm actually just wearing a hat for the sake of wearing a fucking hat. So this is your Raw review, obviously, now that I got that out of the way. Raw tonight was live from Owens, Louisiana. And boy, this show sucked a lot of monkey balls. Keep this in mind, this is the go-home show. The Hell in a Cell is crazy because literally last week, during the SmackDown Live review, it hit me like, holy shit. Hell in a Cell is like literally next week after this. Holy crap, we're going into the go-home shows. And it just flew by like that. It just flew by so fucking quick. And keep this in mind again, you also have Evolution coming up. You got that Super Showdown coming up in Melbourne in that stadium. So again, WWE is hyping up all these shows again. And it's like, I wish there was some organization. I really, really do. But that's my honest opinion. As always, from all you motherflowers, I want it from you guys in the comment threads below. Give me your thoughts on all of this. Give me your thoughts on Raw. Did you enjoy the show? I'll be surprised if you did. Did you enjoy Renee Young commentary? Did she move the needle for you tonight? The Reigns will talk, motherflowers. Or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet throughout all these shows, Raw and SmackDown, NXT pay-per-views, Impact, and all that fun stuff. For all you sick, twisted motherflowers, we are almost at 1,700 subscribers, so motherflower, let's get there. Let's get there before Sunday if we can. So Raw tonight kicked off with Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and Braun Strowman. They opened the show by leading a parade of Raw heels. This literally included freaking Drew Gulak. So literally, it was the three guys and the freaking putties, if you will. If you remember what I said last week in the Raw review, when all the jobbers attacked the Shield, it reminded me of the putties from the Power Rangers prevailing against the Power Rangers. It's literally what it was. So literally here you had, again, freaking Lord Zed, Rita Repulsa, and Goldar, if you will, freaking celebrating, I guess, a beatdown of the Power Rangers here, with the putties all around celebrating with them and shit. That's literally what it was, okay? And you had literally, again, all of them in the ring, around the ring, just cheering, and they bragged about beating the Shield last week. Braun referred to the other two, his dogs, that being Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, as he referred to them as his dogs of war. His dogs of war, motherflowers. That's what he referred to them as. Dolph praised the other heels for standing up to the Shield, and Drew talked about the balance of power shifting to them. And then you hear the Shield's theme. They come through the audience and they beat everybody up with axe handles. And then Dean Ambrose provided the freaking axe handles, and it was a stare down between the two trios as the dogs of war were outside the ring, as the Shield were in the ring. And that's how the whole thing started off. Again, it was a good way to kick off the show, but again, it's like, you know, if it was up to me, I would have had it at the end of the show, but that's just my honest opinion. It started off again with the heel celebrating and the putties and shit like that, and whatever. The Shield come out and they beat up everyone with freaking axe handles, whatever. We get a clip from the YouTube channel, apparently, of the Bella Twins arriving, and they go to the dressing room and they see that the Riott Squad have trashed the dressing room, because later on in the night we're going to get literally Nikki Bella versus Ruby Riott. And literally, we return from commercial break, and you see that the Shield were backstage, and they're still holding their axe handles and arguing with 4 cops. Apparently, they're trying to get arrested. Apparently, Baron Corbin broke this up and told that the Shield that they had to leave the arena or risk another arrest and the forfeit of Roman and Seth's titles. So, literally, you have Roman, Seth, and Dean dropping the axe handles and then walking away. I find it funny that, I gotta get arrested again, but I guarantee you, if they would have, there would be no way in hell these motherflowers would have gone out and got bailed just like that. Hell fucking no. But then again, they probably would have. Who the fuck knows, right? Because again, they think you're stupid. Again, these people think you're fucking stupid. Just like last week when the fucking Shield got arrested, and then they got out and they posted bail on fucking Labor Day, on a fucking federal holiday. What the fuck do we know, right? We get Nikki Bella and Ruby Riott. This match sucked. This match was cringe. Nikki Bella was cringe here. This match literally ended with Nikki hitting the Rack Attack 2.0 for the pin on Ruby Riott. You know where this is going. Again, let's make the Bella Twins look strong, because again, from what I'm hearing, according to rumors and innuendo, what up, Conrad, that they want to do Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. So you want to make these Bella Twins look strong. You want to make them look strong going into Evolution coming up in a couple of weeks. So what better way than to have them just shit on the young talent and being the Riott Squad, in this case, I guess, Ruby Riott. We had a big show. He hosted the Connor's Cure segment where he introduced a group of Louisiana kids who've adopted super heroic wrestling persona, which I thought was good. Again, anything to get the kids out there and put a smile on everyone's face. I thought that was great. Backstage, we get Drake Maverick, and he gave the Author of the Pain a heelish pep talk before the match. By the way, they're no longer called the Authors of Pain. They're now being referenced as AOP, which I think is stupid. I get it. Yeah, the Authors of Pain is a long name. It's an abbreviated version. I just think, again, it's a stupid idea of, hey, let's change the name once they hit the main roster. It's like with Apollo Crews. He went from Apollo Crews to Apollo. He went. It was like when Biggie Langston came in from NXT to the main roster. He was Big E. It's like with Cesaro. Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro became Cesaro. You can't get the idea. It was like with Rusev. He was Alexander Rusev, and then he became fucking Rusev. I can go on and list a lot of names, but you kind of get the idea. The idea that the main roster, you got to tweak shit for their liking, and it's stupid. Makes zero sense. Even the fact that, again, Drake Maverick is coming out with Riott Squad, with the freaking Authors of Pain gear. I just think it's ridiculous. Like, honestly, I get it. You want to show someone with a mouth that can talk for them. And you know what? Drake Maverick can do that. If you've seen his stuff on Impact Wrestling back in the day as Rockstar Spud, he was able to do that. He was able to talk and get people to listen and shit like that. If you want to be a match, that's fine and dandy. But you don't need to have him dressed like fucking Halloween costume here. He can definitely go out there, be in a suit. Can he go out there in a fucking suit and come off like a threat? Hey, I got these two big guys behind me that can fuck anybody up. That's believability. Not have this little guy dressed the same way as the Authors of Pain or the AOP. I'm still gonna call them Authors of Pain. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. So literally, the Authors of Pain beat up Rudy Ace and Nathan Bradley, two jobbers here from two enhancement talents here. They literally toyed around with these two guys and they hit the Super Collider for the easy pin. And that was it. No post-fight promo, nothing. So they're like, oh my god, Drake Maverick got a gold mine here. But we'll see where this goes. Again, I don't like the idea, like I said, of Drake Maverick dressing up like an Author of Pain member. But if this gets them, a tag team title shot in the future, so be it. But I just think, like I said before, the idea of him being dressed like that is stupid. Just give him a fucking suit. Seriously. Apparently, a bunch of cops were standing around the paddy wagon when Triple H got out of his limo. So yeah, Triple H came out of the fucking limo. Woohoo! Big fucking whoop. He goes to the ring. He cuts a promo about how he's gonna beat the Undertaker at Super Showdown, even though everyone expects Taker to win. So he shows up on the Titantron, a voting poll that people voted, and it was like 85%, something like that. People saying if the Undertaker was gonna win, and like 19% or some shit like that Triple H was gonna win. But he also talked about Shawn Michaels believing that Triple H was gonna win, and how Undertaker came out and just he felt disrespected by what Shawn Michaels said. And it was one of those things where Triple H is now like concerned, like, wait a minute, the dead man now feels like doubt, like he feels disrespected by what Shawn Michaels said, like small stuff like that now makes it personal. And I'll be real about it. I feel like I want to sneeze right now, but I'm not. I'm trying to hold it right now. So if I do sneeze, I apologize. But the vibe I get out of this, listen, is Shawn Michaels going to come out of retirement? Honestly, I don't know. I'll be real about it. I don't want to see it. To me, honestly, his last match was at WrestleMania 26. Let that be. Let it be. There's even talks of them trying to do a untelevised match to not even air on the network or anything like that. No, just no. Like I said before, though, yes, Triple H literally brought nothing to this promo when you think about it. But I still look forward to seeing this match. One of the only things I look forward to coming up from Monday Night Raw is, again, a match that we saw literally, I shit you not, 6 years ago, which was supposed to be the end of an era, but it's not. But hey, again, I look forward to seeing the match. Apparently, Taker will be at Raw next week. So things should be fun here. Things should be interesting to see how all this is going to go down. But guys, give me your thoughts. What do you guys think about that? Triple H and this whole thing. Give me your fucking thoughts in the comments below. We get Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defeating the B team in a short match. Obviously, both Dolph and Drew simultaneously kicked both Dallas, and Drew got the pin. So they did the whole Claymore zigzag combination, and then Rollins and Ambrose came out, and out of nowhere they beat up the Raw Tag Team Champions. And keep this in mind, this time they weren't in their Shield gear. They were in their own singles gear, if you will. And all this led to Baron Corbin threatens to have Seth and Dean arrested, but they claim that the Shield is gone because they're just Seth and Dean now, wearing their own t-shirts and everything. And then Seth brings out the sheriff of Orleans Parish, who starts to arrest Baron Corbin. Keep this in mind, the sheriff's name was Sheriff Ambrose G. Ambrose, by the way. Of all names, right? Ambrose. And he has a warrant for the arrest of Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin trying to work some shit out here. So it looks like he did, because we find out later on in the night that at Hell in a Cell, it's going to be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre for the Raw Tag Team titles. We've seen this before, a teaming of Ambrose and Rollins. I honestly don't think that they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win the tag team title. I don't think it's going to happen, but things could happen. But again, I just think that it's like something fishy going to happen there. We find out that Kevin Owens is supposed to have a match with Tyler Breeze, but instead he beats him down before the bell even rings. And then he said the acting general manager got him to come back. He begged him. He pleaded him to come back to Raw, because Kevin Owens is the MVP of Raw. And the thing is, now that he's back, he can do whatever he wants without repercussions. So by beating up Breeze or anyone he wants, Kevin is doing his job. But he then goes on to say that, you know, why he attacked Bobby Lashley, because he blames Lashley for what happened to his friend Sami Zayn. So he's doing it for Sami Zayn and all that. I'll be real about it. You know, I dig serious Kevin Owens, but at the same time, we've already seen this before. We've seen serious Kevin Owens in the past, and look where that's gone. You know, I'll say this right now. I would not be surprised if Sami Zayn comes back as a babyface. Yes, again, we might see another Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud. I don't want to see it, but at this point in juncture, the way things are going, I would not be surprised. Honestly, they should have waited. They should have waited a couple of weeks as we get into the Survivor Series. You got Kevin Owens arrive with the Undisputed Era to take on the team of, you know, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Lashley, and if you want as well, I guess, Braun Strowman. Because again, they kept ignoring the fact that, hey, you know, Braun Strowman attacked Kevin Owens this whole summer, and now all of a sudden you see Owens teaming up and taking out the Shield. But again, we're supposed to forget that Kevin Owens got those hands all summer by Braun Strowman. We're supposed to forget that Braun Strowman threw Kevin Owens from the top of the cage onto tables and shit. Hey. And their eyes were dumb, right? And their eyes were idiots. After this, we get a tag team match. We get Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus The Ascension, a rematch from last week. And they're already planning the seeds of a breakup before this shit even started. I'm happy for Chad Gable. I really, really am. I think it's about time he's getting TV time. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's a waste for Bobby Roode. It's a fucking waste. Turn this guy heel already. Hopefully they do. That they're throwing those seeds already. It's like Chad Gable is literally hogging the spotlight from the two. That's the vibe it comes off on TV. So literally Chad pinned Victor after a bridging suplex. So there you go with that. But again, they're planting the seeds already. They're planting the seeds for what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. Like I said earlier, Baron Corbin found Ziggler and McIntyre in the locker room and told them that they're facing Seth Rollins and Dean for the tag team championship at Hell in a Cell. We get another tag team match. We get Ronda Rousey and Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. For a while, Alexa and Mickie seemed to have the upper hand, but eventually Ronda caught Mickie with the armbar, and she tapped that immediately. I'm not surprised. I think obviously anyone could have saw that coming. Let's be real about it. You have to be Bobo the fucking fool to not realize that. Just saying. But they had this whole thing as well where Alexa kicked, I want to say, Ronda in the rib. So now they're doing this whole thing where Ronda has a rib injury, something like that. But we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I don't see Alexa Bliss taking that belt off of Ronda Rousey. I don't see it happening, especially when I said earlier about them trying to do a Nikki Bella versus Ronda match for Evolution. That's the rumors going around because, again, they got to sell tickets for this show. Because, again, like I said earlier, ticket sales have been really, 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 really slow. And that's sad. That really, really is sad. Um, Backstage, we had Elias literally chide a PA for giving him tea. That's not a again. He just gave him tea and shit. I guess it was bad tea. Meanwhile, Braun, because what he found out about Baron Corbin was saying, apparently Braun has gone big dog hunting. So literally, he's backstage screaming out, "Roman, Roman, Roman!" to come on now for a fight. That's literally what Braun did. Literally the whole fucking night. Charlie Caruso asked Ronda at the commercial if she's worried about Sunday after her ribs, and she took some hits in tonight's hack match, but she proclaimed that she's not hurt, and even if she is, she's still the best. So she's claiming that she's hurt, but even if hurt, she's still the best. She never backed out of a fight. There you go with that. We had Elias perform, and even while he was singing, he got interrupted by Mick Foley. And I'll be real about it, I thought this was probably one of the best things on the show. Foley coming out and talking about, again, the 20th anniversary from that epic Hell in a Cell match between Mick Foley and The Undertaker, Mankind, if you will, from King of the Ring 98, where Undertaker threw Mick Foley or Mankind from top of the cell onto the tables, which will go down in history, probably one of the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time for a lot of people. And he goes on to say how crazy that match was and all that, but he went to Stephanie and won because what Elias was saying, because Elias saying that, hey, Mick Foley then was a hero, all that, but now he's just a broken man. And it's led to Mick Foley claiming that he was given order to make a match, one match for the night, that being Elias versus Finn Balor. And also, because he wanted to be part of Hell in a Cell so badly, that's a competitor, but he wanted to be there because, again, 20th anniversary from that epic Hell in a Cell match from many, many years ago between him and Taker, that he was given the opportunity to now be the special guest referee in a match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman for the Universal title. So Mick Foley's now the referee. And for a lot of people, it's like, oh, really? So now the Roman and Braun match in Hell in a Cell is being, I guess, in a way, not I want to say submerged, but it's like being like involved or something. It has a connection now in some way with Mick Foley and this epic Hell in a Cell. Again, when you think of Hell in a Cell, you think of Mick Foley in a way, right? And it kind of bothers people, and I get that. I kind of do. But it's WWE for you at any cost, at any point to get Roman over, right? But yeah, we had a Finn Balor versus Elias. Balor failed to hit the coup de grace, but then eventually you rolled up Elias to get the pin anyway. So there you go with that. This is funny too. So later on, we get Lio Rush, who excitedly tried to motivate Bobby Lashley while he lifted weights. And Bobby seemed to be annoyed at first, but then he gave in. He looked at him and was like, "My man, Lio," and he smacked him in the fucking arm. My man. I'm saying this right now. That needs to be a fucking shirt. The whole "my man" needs to be a shirt. But other than that, you see Drake Maverick as the GM of 205 Live, but now also a manager on Raw with the AOP. I mean, you could do a managerial role for Lio Rush. Why the fuck not? With Bobby Lashley. Can you imagine that? Just think of that. The duo of Lashley and Lio Rush. My man. Whatever. We then get the final segment of the show. That was literally Braun Strowman calling out Roman Reigns. Calling him out. Roman comes out through the announcers area, right? He's standing at the announce table. He eventually hits the Superman punch on Braun Strowman. And then Braun has momentum again, and he's just beating the fuck out of Roman Reigns. They go to the table, right? It looked like Braun was going to powerbomb Roman Reigns. But Roman countered to a Samoan drop, and they fall, and they break like a freaking plywood or a stage area, and they fall through the stage. And that's how the show closed, with Roman Reigns getting back up, celebrating with his belt, saying it's his yard. And that's how they closed Monday Night Raw. Again, I thought this Raw sucked. There's some stuff that I did enjoy, to say the least, with Mick Foley, to be honest with you. And other than that, again, this Raw did not excite me for Hell in a Cell. Again, the point of a go-home show, and I keep saying this every single time for every fucking pay-per-view, the objective of a go-home show is to get people excited for a pay-per-view, to make them look forward to watching a pay-per-view. Hey, you know what? Maybe on Sunday, instead of watching football, I'm going to watch Hell in a Cell. Now, this is Raw's portion of the Go Home show, which sucked. I would not be surprised if SmackDown Live does a better Go Home show. But again, I do not want to come off like the SmackDown fanboy. It might come off like that way, but in reality, I'm not trying to be that person. But don't be surprised if SmackDown does a better Go Home show than Raw did tonight. And again, with Renee Young, and again, I'm not trying to come off like a hater or anything like that. Again, I'm happy for Renee Young. I really, really am. But let's not act like she's going to fucking move the needle when she's not. That's all I'm saying about it. But again, this was Monday Night Raw for September 10, 2018 from New Orleans. Again, give me your thoughts down below in the comment thread of this video. Your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. If you enjoyed the show, if you did not enjoy the show, give me your thoughts. Or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. Also, your thoughts on Renee Young being now the permanent member of the announce team and all that fun stuff. I will be doing my Hell in a Cell predictions this coming Friday on the TML podcast. So make sure you tune in this Friday as we go live, as we give our thoughts on Hell in a Cell. We might even take live calls as well. So if you want to call in and give your thoughts as well, call in as well. But as always, Mother Flowers, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's me, it's Steve, it's Wrestling and Whatever, and Mother Flowers. I'll see y'all next time. I swear to you, all these freaking Renee Young loving Mother Flowers out there going crazy right now. Again, I hope she I hope she moves the needle. For all you Mother Flowers out there, I hope she moves the needle. Because right now, all of you Mother Flowers are looking like Bobo the Fool right now. And Bobo the Fool is not cool. Just saying.